Well, I appreciate, again, the opportunity. I want to thank everyone for coming out today to love on our heroes. This is the 5th year I've had the honor of doing this. And it doesn't seem to get easier every time, so I appreciate the opportunity. We were supposed to have F-15s doing a couple flybys for us today, in addition to the Condors, but either the mountains are too tall or the clouds are too low, but the ceilings today prevented them from flying by. So hopefully next year we can get them to bring the sound of freedom overhead. And turns out our country's got some issues with ceilings on multiple fronts, but we'll deal with that later on this week. I also want to thank the Marines of Marine Corps Detachment 597 who did the colors. They've made me an honorary member, but they're doing 5 or 6 ceremonies throughout the Southern California region today. So if we can, give them a round of applause for doing what they do during the patriotism. Every single one of those members actually answered the call of duty when asked, and it reminds me of questions that many of us have answered, and I'll start by asking those. And at a young age, we're asked, would you be willing to give up your own independence so that your family can keep theirs? Would you be willing to go to war for your nation? Would you be willing to take life to ensure the extension of the life of your country and potentially lose your own life in defense of her? And today we stand among an audience where nearly half of the people here today answered those questions in the affirmative. And in fact, over the last 247 years, 42 million Americans have done the same. And as honorable and as noble as these patriots are, and in such great number, the true heroes, the ones we celebrate today, are the 714,914 Americans who gave their life in that mission, and the family members, the Gold Star families who persisted in the wake of such tremendous loss. Land of the free, home of the brave. We enjoy a unique phenomenon in this country called freedom. Freedom as American citizens to do what is right in this moment and what makes this nation special. Not every nation in the past or present has enjoyed this type of unbridled freedom to seek what is good. Many have been independent, but not free. Many nations have enjoyed a democratic form of government, but not freedom. And there's a distinct difference between independence and freedom. Independence is having control of your own decisions. It can be gained and it can be lost. But freedom is having control of your own thoughts, control over your own actions, and when fully realized, those things cannot be taken away except for by intentional neglect or lethargic spirits. True patriots, when given freedom, recognize that our lives are like mist in the air. It's a temporary thing, and we choose to do what is right for our country with our limited time on this planet. And we see failure to do what is right for our country with our limited time on this planet as actually a sinful dereliction of duty. Being independent isn't good enough. Maintaining our freedoms is the important thing, and doing what is right for our country with our freedoms is the point of it all. And the warrior with a sheepdog mentality who is willing to bloody and be bloodied by the wolf in order to protect the flock understands that while his time on this planet may be limited, his role and his responsibility to do what is right is not limited. That never ends. And even in death, his heroism and sacrifices inspire future generations. Today, as we look around and we see grave sites, don't pity the patriots. Mourn the dead, but don't pity them. Instead, honor them and listen to them. Listen to the cacophony of patriotic echoes that tell us that their sacrifices and our nation were and still are worth it. From 1776 until today, that answering the call to serve is the right answer. For we still enjoy these freedoms that our forefathers fought for. These are the echoes you will hear when you sit by the grave sites of Brian, Ricky, Cole, Jose, Dennis, Stephen, John, Ian, Jake, Alan, Robert, Dean, Rudy, and Cajun, and many others just up that little hill over there. Our service members who chose to do what is right, to serve with honor in uniform and run to the fire, knowing that the present is all they own, knowing that while the Lord ultimately awaits us all, Americans also rely on our noble soldiers to provide us the security blanket today. Land of the free because of the brave who answered the call to service and paid the ultimate sacrifice without reservation or purpose of evasion, paid the ultimate sacrifice and in turn proved that freedom isn't free. It can in fact be very costly, but it is in fact invaluable and therefore worth all sacrifices. Ladies and gentlemen, God has many things planned for us, including very hard things. And while this nation isn't perfect, the brave men and women who gave their lives in defense of her are indeed perfect. May we look to God for strength, and may those precious patriots who made the ultimate sacrifice look down upon us with pride today. And may God bless the United States. Thank you, guys.